Hey guys, so just a quick little story time before I get started with this. I just had the most terrifying experience. I basically woke up today and fell back asleep after I had a cup of coffee, and I think that could have been the start of my problem. But it's been raining here for like 3 or 4 days, and there is nothing that kills my motivation more than just like gray, rainy weather. And I do love the rain, but more if I'm like sleeping or I can stay home and like cuddle on the couch. But if I have to go out and like adult and work and whatever else, do errands in the rain, I'm not a happy camper. So I fell back asleep today after waking up and having my cup of coffee. And I guess it's because I still had that like caffeine jolt in me. But basically, I fell asleep, but I thought I was still awake. So I was in the same position I fell asleep in, and I dreamt that my husband was like in front of me. And basically, I dreamt that I like levitated off the floor and then like flew across the room. Now we just watched Hereditary. I love that movie. But maybe it had something to do with that. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I think it had something to do with the movie as well. But I still thought that I was like in that place, and it was so scary. I kind of like opened my eyes a little bit and I was like, okay, like my husband's not here, like he's at work, the dog's next to me, like everything's okay. But it was so creepy. And I've had that happen before, like once or twice in my life. Like one time I specifically remember, like I fell asleep like kind of to the right, like on my side, and I had like in my dream imagined that there was this little boy next to me talking to me, and I couldn't go back to sleep after I woke myself up out of it. Like, has that ever happened to you guys? Like, it is so scary. So now that I got that out of the way, just to get into this video today, I want to talk about products with genius packaging. Now these products are all on their own. I'm not saying that this brand always has genius packaging, with the exception of maybe one that I'm going to mention, but for the most part I'm really just talking about that specific item. I just think it's different, and packaging to me really does make a difference. It's not always about something being pretty. Sometimes I can justify a price point if I know that that item's going to be preserved longer, or it's going to be more efficient, or it's going to make it easier for me to use it. The first one I'm going to talk about, you've already seen in my product empties video. It's from Drunk Elephant, and it's the Protini Polypeptide Cream. Now I can throw this out now that I'm done filming with it, but I kept it just for this video. Their other moisturizer too has the same packaging, the Lala Whipped Retro Cream or something like that. But basically, you just pump it and the product comes up through the top. It is completely empty, so there's nothing there. But I just love how sanitary it is. I can take a little alcohol wipe and wipe it over once I'm done with it. But I don't have to worry about the cream inside being compromised. I hate when I have to like dig into a cream with my nail, especially with those of us with like artificial nails. Like, it's gross. Like, you get so much trapped underneath there, and I don't want it to go into my cream. I think that's disgusting, especially for the cost. I don't want to compromise my product or the ingredients in it. So I love this packaging. They also do, their serums come in this kind of packaging. This is the C-Firma Day Serum, and basically these you just twist. I'm not going to waste my product, but you just pump them out into your hand and then twist them back when you're done with them. I think that's genius. And I just love this packaging. I know this brand is expensive, but for something like this, I think you can justify the cost a little bit more, because you know the ingredient and the product inside isn't going to be compromised by you or bacteria or dust or whatever else is in the air. So I think it makes it a little bit more worth it to shell out those extra dollars just to keep your product safe. Next product is a hair care item, and this is from Aveda. It's the Dry Shampoo in the scent Shampure, which is like a fresh, like soft kind of scent. But this one, they basically merged the performance of a powder with the mechanism of like an aerosol, and that's why I love it. So basically you just twist the cap, and then I like to just put my finger over the hole here. That's where it's going to pop out in a minute. But you twist it over and the powder goes to the top, and when you come back, you just pop it out. And it makes it so easy and so precise. Before this one, I've used powder shampoos in the past, the powder dry shampoos in the past, that like you had to shake, and it was kind of like a little salt shaker, and you could really like spill a lot into your hair. So this takes the mess out of it. I will say for powders, I tend to do them at night. That way I don't have any of that like white cast in the morning. That's what I do with this one, but I definitely recommend it. And they do have a refill as well, so save your pump. It's $1 less for the refill. Next item is from Smashbox, and I've already shown this one before, but this is the matte liquid lipstick, and this is in the shade Stepping Out, and it's what I'm wearing now. But they basically just have this little pointed applicator, As much as I love the formula, it's really this applicator that I love the most. It makes it really easy to go in and do like a defined cupid's bow or outline your lips. And I find that too, now that I've had one for a while, it stays firm. It doesn't get flimsy. I've had other liquid lipsticks where I feel like the applicator is just like, maybe because they're like a cotton fiber, they get stretched out and they get a little bit like fatter. I don't even know how to describe it, but they get puffy and they're not quite as precise. So this one doesn't do that, and I really enjoy the applicator on this one. Next item I'm going to show is from Hempz. This is the Tahitian Vanilla and Ginger Body Scrub. And basically it just pumps out. Usually I'm used to scrubs like this one from Tree Hut where you have to dig into. I just said I hated that before. You have to dig in, and then you also have to make sure like you don't get water in it while trying to use it in the shower. So I do like this scrub, but it's just kind of a hassle to use and it's a little bit messy. So I really like the idea of the pump that this one comes with. There is a little bit of a compromise because it's not quite as scrubby. And I imagine if the beads or whatever else is in there was a little bit more scrubby, it would be hard to pump out. But I do enjoy it. It makes my skin feel soft and it foams up a little bit too, so I think it has some shower gel action in it. If you guys have ever seen another scrub with this pump mechanism, let me know because I would be interested in trying it. Next item I'm going to talk about, I don't actually own, but this is the brand as a whole that I think just has awesome packaging, and that's Lush. And the reason why that's kind of funny is because their whole thing is no packaging or minimal packaging, and they do all of their like naked products. And you can just buy like the shampoo bars or massage bars, and you can get those little tins and refill them into there, which I think is really cool. But they have a newer item that I'm curious about and I haven't tried yet, and they're called wash cards, and I would imagine that they're the size of like little playing cards. But basically they correspond to like different perfume scents they have, and they lather. So you take them into the shower and you use them like soap. One, I think it's just like a cool way to experience a new fragrance. And then two, I imagine they travel really well because they set up and give you that nice soapy action, but then like you don't have to worry about them like spilling or making any kind of mess. So I definitely want to check them out. If you've tried them, let me know below. I would be curious to know what you think of them. And that's it, guys. Thank you for watching this video. If you are enjoying my content or me, please go ahead and subscribe below. I appreciate it. Please start a conversation if you have any questions about anything I talked about, or if you have tried them out and have your own thoughts and opinions, let me know below. I appreciate you, and I will see you soon.